I wish I would have realized after, because he was giving a fucking world-class Hummer, but I recognized it and I stopped and I went home ashamed. But I spent a lot of money on prostitutes, and I know I joke about it, but it's absolutely true. I really am a hooker fiend.
Now, wait a minute. Did he get you off?
No, it was, to be very honest with you, it was close. I was like 19 at the time. I didn't even know they existed. And I was really close, and I was just rubbing the back, and I realized that it was a guy. I lost my rod. I wish I hadn't lost my rod. It was fantastic. And I'm not knocking gay people. I wish I was gay. Gay guys are lucky, man. You can go out and rob banks. If you get caught and go to jail, What are they going to do, rape you in the shower, you lucky devil? Because I remember my girlfriend and I were watching Oz, and she's like, do you think you'd be raped in prison? Look at me. I'd be raped in the bus on the way to prison. I was raped in Monopoly jail. They never did find that little silver shoe. And guys are so stupid, they always try to help you. Hey man, if you go to jail, don't drop the soap. Like that's what causes a prison rape. Clumsiness. Hold the soap and you'll be alright. Or if you drop it, just pick it up. Oh, we almost got it. I spent one night in jail, and it's really a scary place, man. Because you really think you know how you'll behave. It was for the Opie and Anthony show. It was a thing called the Voyeur Bus we did. And me and Louis Black were on the Voyeur Bus when we got arrested about a year and a half ago. And we spent the night in jail. And, you know, it's very scary because you really do think you know how you're going to react. Like, I'm a man. They say something, I'll say something back. I'm a man. I'm a little out of shape man. I'll never forget this 6'5" Puerto Rican guy in the cell just pacing back and forth. If that guy had walked over to me and said, suck my dick, I would have. It's not gay if you're doing it to survive. A lot easier to brush your teeth than pick them up off the concrete. You don't have to like it, just do it. Keep your eyes open, though. That's important. Wide open eyes. Don't close your eyes. That sends the wrong message. Up and down only, up and down only. Don't try improving and going down the side. Maybe he'll like this. And don't tickle his balls unless he tells you. Tickle them! All right. Especially as out of shape as I am. I'd be afraid they'd take off my shirt and titty fuck me. Do you know how embarrassing that would be? It's bad enough if they rape you. It's more degrading if you have to help. Push them together! For your pleasure, sir. I really am a mess physically, man. So I quit smoking in December, and I put on 15 pounds. I was like, ugh. You know, and it's hard being single now because now you got to get that whole awkwardness with a new person. Because I have a few odd things that I like in bed. Yeah, I'm a dirtbag. And it's easy when you're with a steady partner because they know you, you know them. Now you got to start breaking new people into it. Like, I'll tell you something I like. It's not that weird. I like having my nipples licked. Well, that's silenced the audience, yeah. Not bitten, just a little. Oh. She's quite a sassy gal. But it's too embarrassing to ask for that on a first date, you know, because a woman might freak out. You want your nipples licked, then you got to play it off. Like, oh, I was just kidding. You know, you got to sneak that in there. Spill some syrup on them. Oops. Hope she's not diabetic. And again, if she is, she slips into a coma, you're in. Remember, guys, it's not rape if she's snoring. See, I tease women, man, but I really like little odd things. Like, I'm an ass freak. I love the ass. Don't get me wrong, no, I'm not into anal sex because I'm afraid it's going to hurt a girl. And then there's a part of me that's afraid it won't. Yeah, no matter how in love you are, you have an ego, you have anal sex, you want to hear, ouch, you know, it's embarrassing otherwise. Doesn't that hurt? No, I thought it would. How about my fist in your kidney? And I'll be honest, man, I don't like the little skinny. I'm tired of this image of I don't eat, I'm emaciated, Ally McBeal being passed off as sexy. I don't want to fuck an 8-year-old Korean boy. Besides, who's got that kind of money on a regular basis? Shipping and handling and hotel rooms. Got to go through Singapore if you want a smooth one. And they always mess it up and say, clinkle, clinkle.
We're talking to Jim Norton. I looked at the picture of you when you won. You entered the World Book of Records. You want to tell everybody what for?
Well, it wasn't actually. I came close. Oh, when I was 13, Nick DiPaolo told me I looked like Adrian from Rocky in that picture. With that fucking glasses and that stupid hat.
That hat looks like what Liz Taylor wears under her cancer wig.
Yeah, it really was. Like some awful Muslim cap where the wig goes over.
Right.
This was actually Super Bowl Sunday when the 49ers played the Bengals. I think it was 81. I was 13, and I played Asteroids for 10 hours on one quarter. And I got my little name in the paper. And oddly enough, one picture over for me was Ozzy Osbourne, who is today obviously my idol. And, you know, back then, I don't think I really listened to him. So it's funny, I got my picture in the paper next to Ozzy when I was 13.
By the way, speaking of those pictures, you brought it up now. On your website, you got a whole bunch of them.
Celebrity shots, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about a couple of them.
Sure. I got like 50 more I have to put up, too. I've updated. I haven't updated in about a year.
Rick James, he just kicked off. Did you ever spend some time with Rick?
I spent the afternoon with Rick. Actually, Opie and Anthony had him in. I had one picture with just me and Rick, and then one picture with me, Opie, and Rick. Yeah, he spent the day together. And I fucking loved him. He was great. We thought we were going to hate each other when he walked in, but he was fantastic.
Is he still doing blow and all that, or is he cleaned up or what?
I don't know. He was talking about jail. He was really low-key and mellow. I don't know. He didn't do any in front of me. I don't even think he had a chick with him. You know, I think he was just going on and promoting something he was doing, maybe some greatest hits album or something.
What about Don King? Now, Don King's always on, but is he on when he's not on the air?
I only met him briefly. That was actually the night before Sex for Sam, actually. That was the night before that whole stupid stunt. That was in Cleveland. I was doing a gig for the Browns, and I was in the hotel, and fucking Don King walks by to the elevator, and I always have a camera, so I got it and snapped a shot with him, and he had bad armpit odor, but, I mean, he was fine. He really was.
Christopher Walken.
I met him at a Friars Club roast.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Rich Voss, that awful Rich Voss, were writing for Belzer. They were roasting him, and we were backstage, and that's where I got Christopher Walken, Barry Levinson. I got a lot of good ones that day.
Does anybody like Rich Voss?
We all love Voss. I've been on a lot of trains with Voss. He's a team player because he has washboard abs, so he gets a lot of pussy. And he's actually pulled me in on like 7 different trains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's what a good friend and a professional Voss is. He's gotten me blown about 40 times.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's the greatest guy.
Now, that one picture, though, how did you end up in a picture with Laura Bush?
I met Laura Bush. I go to these core dinners every year, Congress of Racial Equality. They're more like black conservatives. Roy Innes runs it. And one year, Charlton Heston was the speaker, and the next year it was Laura Bush. So I got my photo taken with Heston, and it came out blurry. And they're the blurry pictures. I got Charlton Heston that year. I got B.B. King that year, and they both came out fucked up. And the Laura Bush photo, I walk over to her. She was the keynote speaker, and her Secret Service guy, who behind me looks like Costner. And she's like looking at the camera. He's like, no pictures. And so she looks at me. I'm like, can I have a picture? And she's like, sure. So I got it. The guy wanted to cut my throat and kick my fat torso down the steps. But I always get my picture. Always. I like a fat ass on a woman. I like a chubby, heart-shaped dumper. Right there. Can you breathe? I don't need to breathe. If my feet turn blue, get off. Although, again, that's not first date material, unless you're very fortunate. I'm tired. I should sit down. Funny you should say that. I'm right in there. I'll eat your ass before I know your name. Women love it, and that's how you show a girl she's special. Fuck your flowers and candy. Eat her ass after a bike ride. And women, don't be afraid of being dirty girls. Don't be afraid of that part of you, because I love that part of you. And I like little weird things. You know what I like? I like big pussy lips. Yeah, you heard me right. I like big pussy lips. Don't be self-conscious about that. Oh, they hang too low. No, they don't. If she coughs, I want it to go... I like that, like the end of an elephant's trunk. You kiss it, it grabs you like Alien. And I like a woman with a little sexual history, too. Don't ever hide that part of yourself. Don't be shy about that. You know, it's beautiful. I hate guys with this virginity obsession that men have. It's disgraceful. You know, I want my gal to be as pure as the driven snow. Fuck you. It's not about purity or religion. Guys like virgins because we're insecure. We're afraid if you slept with other men, by the time you sleep with us, you're going to realize how awful we are. That's the beauty of me. I'll tell you right up front, I stink. I jump on, I jam it in, I don't lube, I pump for 8 seconds, put my face in your neck, go, and I'm done. And I don't pull out because that's your problem. That's the only advantage to looking like this. Any girl I get pregnant is going to throw herself down the stairs. No woman wants to have a thin-lipped, blubbery-titted baby. But because I feel this way about women and I'm so into them, like in that little weird stuff, I don't like women who are squeamish about male semen. Now, I'm not saying you gotta love it and gargle with it and shampoo with it and cause a New Year's Eve ruckus. But don't be a baby about it. You know, I was having sex with a girl, this is a true story, from Las Vegas. Now, I had a condom, but it was here. I was in Vegas. Normally I would wear one, but then I'm like, what am I going to do? Catch AIDS twice? I'm kidding. I had AIDS. I beat it with Tylenol. And of course I was kidding about not pulling out. You have to pull out because you're like, oh shit, I told her my last name. And you know, as a guy, when you pull out, you got to give yourself a couple of courtesy tugs. One honest person. Thank you. Of course you know. They're all looking like they don't know. You have to give it a couple of courtesy pulls. You can't just leave it. It's going to dribble like a stroke victim. Are you coming or is that Betty Davis? So I'm having my orgasm. All I need her to do is maybe tickle my bag, play with my nipples, just be a good sport. She's looking the other way going, ugh, don't get that on me. That is so awful. Ugh. Like, what a mood killer. To watch a woman have an orgasm, that is a very sexy thing I've heard.
We're talking to Jim Norton on XM Comedy. One of my favorite lines of yours. Okay, can I tell you what it is?
Sure.
You can have sex with a stroke victim. You just have to put a blanket over one side.
Oh, yeah, throw a blanket over the left hand. I forgot about that one. That's on the CD. I don't really do that anymore.
That's a great line.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always funny when you can just make fun of half of someone's body. It's very rare you get that opportunity.
Nothing really bothers you on stage, right?
Nah, to me, look, if you're a comedian, the only time I won't do something is if it's overtly cruel and involving someone in the crowd. Because then your intention is not to be funny, it's to be cruel. And I think that most people, when you use common sense, understand. Like, if you see a guy in a wheelchair and you start shitting on him and making that's you're just trying to humiliate him. Yeah. But if you take someone like Christopher Reeve and make fun of him, people get self-righteous and fuck them. You just can't try to be overtly cruel.
No, that seems to be a kinder, gentler side of you, which I'm surprised at because I'm presuming one of your heroes is Andy Kaufman. He made the whole audience. He was cruel to everybody.
Oh, he was into being yeah, he was. But it wasn't like necessarily cruelty as much as it was just uncomfortable moments. I actually just performed at the 20th anniversary of his death. Zamuda had me come out, and he was Tony Clifton. It was fucking great, man, in L.A. And I am a big Kaufman fan. He was the master of making people absolutely uncomfortable, and he never broke character.
Did you really understand what that was all about when he did that, or are you still an observer?
It's hard to say because I was younger. Like, I remember watching him when he did the whole thing where Zamuda was heckling him and doing his act while he was on stage, and you really didn't know. I mean, people weren't as jaded back then. We weren't as familiar with comedy, so you had no idea he was doing this. So, yeah, you completely bought into it. But I never saw him in a club or live or anything. Obviously, I was like, he died in, 85, I think, or 80... I wasn't doing comedy yet.
You think he's still alive? You buy that?
No, he's as dead as a doornail. That fucking Zamuda, he had me come out the 20th anniversary. It's like, he's not showing up, Bob. But Zamuda knows that. I love Zamuda, too. He's a real hooker freak. Fucking Zamuda's a classic. I love this guy.
You spent some time in jail, back to Opie and Anthony.
One night.
For that voyeur bus thing.
Yeah, me and Louis Black.
Now, was Louis in jail with you?
Oh, yeah. We were both jonesing for cigarettes, too, because he smokes like an animal, and I smoked back then, and we had to go 15 hours without a cigarette. We were both ready to strangle somebody or blow somebody, depending on what they told us to do for a cigarette. We spent 27 hours together in the Tombs in New York.
You do a great routine about it. If you have to blow somebody in jail, never close your eyes. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Geez, I forgot about that one, too. You remember all of my old awful bits.
Oh, what are you awful?
I just get, it's like as a comedian.
Oh, you're too cool now, huh? That's all shit now, or what?
I know. I really am a jerk-off who moved, from the country into the city, and now I'm trashing all those country hillbillies. No, it's just, as a performer, you get sick of it, and you move on, and it's like, not that I love those old bits, but it's like some guys do the same act for 15 years. Like, how the fuck do you do that, man? How do you do the same shit every night? Don't you get bored?
Well, obviously, you got a lot of material in your mind. This thing on your website, the blog, or whatever the hell do you call it, it's 18 pages long, so you write all the time, right?
Is it 18 pages? I just started that when I was in Baltimore, probably about 2 or 3 months ago. I do it once a week.
Really?
I'm very lazy with it. But I had gotten an offer. They told them wanted me to write a book. I'm like, yeah, let me see, because I get bored too quick with topics. So I said, fuck it, let me just do the online diary. And it's so much fun because I know people are going to read it. So as a comedian, you want instant gratification. You know what I mean? And you can't have that with a book. You have to wait and wait and wait. But at least if I can put it up, I know someone can read it, even if it's only 10 people.
It's funny because I had a very similar conversation with Patton Oswalt about that, because he keeps a diary there on his website every day.
Oh, really?
And it's brilliant. And I'll ask you the same question. When you come across something in the course of writing this and it really gets you off personally, is it difficult to sort of translate that on the stage? You know what I'm saying? It's no longer spontaneous. It's like...
Some things are, man. Some things are very difficult to make spontaneous, and there are certain things, like politics, that I touch on briefly, but I get too angry when I discuss them, and my material comes out where I just talk about wanting to bite somebody's face, and, the audience is uncomfortable with that, and it's like, and they should be, because I'm really not expressing a viable opinion. I'm just being a fucking, a self-centered creep. So I kind of avoid certain topics that I know I get too annoyed discussing, for real annoyed. I'm flying. I've flown a lot, I guess, since the attacks. Most of you have flown a lot, right? You feeling better? There's a ringing endorsement. I fly Continental. I mean, I'm not flying American or United. I'm brave, not cocky. They tried to fly me on American. I would sooner put a folding chair on the wing of a value jet. And I don't care how advanced emotionally and mentally you think you are. We look at everybody in the airport. You make eye contact. All right, he's okay, she's okay, you're okay. And you hear a little accent. Who's that? Hey, is he circumcised? Check him. Because I normally don't believe in profiling. I don't want to see a guy stopped on the highway because of his race. But when it comes to flying, if you have a thick mustache and more than one hyphen in your last name, I want you cavity searched. I am so tired of politically correct idiots. You can't judge a book by its cover. Yes, you can, stupid. That's why books have them. You see the front page of all the papers, the 6 guys they arrested in Buffalo? It was 6 photos of the same man. And Richard Reed couldn't have looked more like a shoe bomber if he had written shoe bomber on his face in red lipstick. How do they let that googly-eyed weirdo onto a plane? He looks like Susan Sarandon with a goatee. but more attractive and less annoying. I'll tell you how they let him on. People are so afraid of being misconstrued as politically incorrect or, God forbid, racist. People are so terrified. But you can look at him and know there's something wrong with this guy. He flew El Al, Israel's airline, a month before he tried to attack American. There was something about his stupid face the Israelis didn't like. They sat an armed air marshal next to him. And you'll notice none of this. M16 equals good behavior. The Israelis aren't worried about your feelings. Why'd you sit next to me with guns? Because you look like terrorists. But you know what absolute dummies we are. You know, oh my God, can't judge a book by its cover. He bought a one-way ticket in cash. Hope don't forget your C4. And the flight attendant, this woman saw what he was doing, and she stopped him, and she saved that whole plane from going down. Yeah, she's a hero. Here's my question. What was the guy sitting next to him doing? How wrapped up in a book can you possibly be? I try to mind my own business, but if I'm at 32,000 feet and I see a 6'4" Arabic-looking guy lighting his feet on fire, I'm probably going to go, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? Could you not do that? Can't judge a book by its cover. If there's a girl on the cover with a cock in her mouth, it's porn. And if she's 15 and the cock is black, it's great porn. And we all know they're going to hit us again. We all know it. We're waiting for it. It won't be the same way, but it's going to happen. Not in a plane, though, because people are a little too, edgy on planes now. A guy tried to break into a cockpit on a flight recently. Captain opened the door, hit him in the head with an axe. That's the guy I want flying my plane. That's called handling the situation. Open the door. All right. Back to your seat. You now have an aisle and a window. And you're still taking up room less than that fat bitch on the Southwest flight. I almost screwed that one up. You're still taking up room less. Maybe if my fat tits weren't weighing me down, I could think better. My little thin lips just couldn't get the words out fast enough. You know what my lips look like? You ever see the vagina of a 2-day-old bird? That was my nickname in high school, Bird Pussy Lips. Hey, put a worm on your dick, he'll suck it. And you know what? I do think that most of us have a certain amount of common sense. We know how to act on a plane. Most of us know, you got to be a little bit more polite now. These two idiots, you hear about them coming from London? They were arrested at JFK Airport because 6 times during the flight, they got up and ran to the bathroom together. And the flight crew got very nervous. They had like an F-14 following them. It was like really a problem. So they land, the FBI talks to them. Turns out the men are not terrorists. They had been running to the bathroom, they confessed, to smoke crack and have sex with each other. And a real sign of the times is you hear that and you go, whew. Thank God they're just crackhead cocksuckers. For a second there, I thought there was a problem. These boys were just getting high and blowing each other. Hey, who is pitching? Who is catching? Nah, I'm kidding, guys.
Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down. Stand up, I tell you. Sit down.
There's more stand-up, sit-down right around the corner on XM Comedy 150.
Oh.
With all of the amazing channel choices XM has, we also offer the parental control option. You have the ability to block any XM channel that might include explicit language. Radio edit. Because we want to make sure you get the best listening experience for you and your family. All you have to do is call Listener Care at 1-800-XM-RADIO. That's 1-800-967-2346. And talk to one of our Listener Care representatives.
Channel 150 XM Comedy. Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down, stand up. Stand up and sit down already with today's hottest talent on XM Comedy 150.
We're talking to Jim Norton. Is there any subject you haven't covered? How about gay retards?
No, I have nothing about it. They're a little easier to molest than fucking regular gay people. You know, you don't have to tell them to be quiet. You just tell them, go to sleep, and they do.
I love the terminology that you hate. Well, let me go back to your bio a second.
Sure.
Another crutch, okay?
Oh, yeah, no, always back to the bio. It's good.
Yeah, all right. Well, he says, I do not burst onto the scene. I don't leave crowds rolling in the aisle. On the edge of the seats are gasping for air, so I presume you're not side-splitting either.
Oh, fucking, what a great one. I wish I would have thought of side-splitting. That is fantastic. Nor am I a hoot. Yeah, it's just these comics use this fucking repugnant third-person bullshit when they write their own bios. It's like, just be fucking honest. That's why you stink on stage, because you're a fucking fraudulent character. If you can't tell the truth and, write your bio like, I did this or I did that, stop acting like everybody got together and talked about you, motherfucker. No one's thinking of you.
Well, how did you grow up this way? I mean, you got brothers and sisters you grew up with?
Yeah, I got a sister, my sister Tracy. I'm 36. She's 29. I have a 10-year-old nephew. My parents are pretty normal. My dad is ex-military. He was a command sergeant major in the Army Reserves. He retired. He was also a postal employee. And my mom was a librarian. I have fucking normal parents, man.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I turned into such a fucking oddball who pays to be urinated on. I mean, I wish I was kidding, but I'm a piece of shit.
That's the part I left out, actually. But
you always feel free to toss in some golden shower chat.
Yeah, I was going to say, you really are in the golden showers.
Oh, who isn't? I mean, what am I, not an American? I love a golden shower.
I didn't piss in a shower until I was 45. Come on.
Very repressed of you, Sonny.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was in the Boy Scouts. You know what that is.
Oh, were you really?
Oh, yeah.
Were you really a Boy Scout?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Patrol.
Here's a very uninteresting side note. The world headquarters for the Boy Scouts was actually about a half a mile from my house for many years in North Brunswick, New Jersey. It has since moved, I believe, to Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was completely boring, and you can just probably cut that in the final edit. Why the fuck would I throw that in? Who cares?
Because you're running out of shit, that's why.
I can't stand this phony niceness. That's why I like Southwest Airlines. The only airline I really support emotionally, ever since they booted those big fat people off the plane. Yeah, good for them. I'm not talking, these are not people. I'm not saying that somebody that's 300, 325. It's America. We eat good. I overindulge. We all do. You ever see somebody so fat it makes you angry? Like you want to grab them by their 12 XL shirt. How did you get so fat? And I'm talking in the area of 700, 750. You ever see somebody so fat they sit on the couch, their legs stick straight out? If you have legs like baby arms, change your eating habits. And of course, we're such a pathetic, litigious society. You sue for everything now. They're suing the airlines. We don't think we should have to pay for 2 seats. Yeah, well, I don't think I should be uncomfortable because you're repressing childhood rape memories with pure fat and carbohydrates. You don't want to pay for 2 seats? Fine. Hire a horse trailer to pull you to your destination. And hang your fat jowls out the back and chew oats for 3,200 miles, you monster with no willpower. You're a good crowd, man. See, yes, sir. Here's the key to life. Women always say they want a guy who can make them laugh. So how come they get mad at me on an elevator when I push them against the wall and tickle them? And then lick their nose and make them guess what I had for breakfast. And then gently put my lips to her ear and say, flapjacks, whore. as I leak enough pre-cum to fill a wading pool. See, here's the thing. If you want to make a woman laugh, don't be afraid to show that special gal what a silly goose you can be. Believe me, guys, she'll love you for it. Women love it when you let it all hang out. Maybe you're in a supermarket. There's the apple of your eye, standing by some bananas. Here's your opportunity to shine. I like to walk up, look at the bananas, look at her, and go, ring, ring, and then pick one up and go, hello. And if she laughs, I know she's retarded, and I have a shot. Nah. Yeah. Have a little magic juice, you genetic disaster. Glad you went with me on that one. I'm only joking. I got yelled at in college for that joke, too. At the end of the show, a female member of the student government came up to me, and you know what wonderful senses of humor they have. You know, just such a typical puke, you know. She's like, I don't think it's appropriate to make fun of the mentally challenged. What if there were some here? I'm like, in a college? What's your admissions test? Shitting on the floor? Let me know if Britney Spears applies. She can use my mouth. See, because people like to complain, but you're never going to see college students protesting to get retarded people admitted, because that would inconvenience them. You're never going to see a bunch of Rutgers, Columbia, Yale students, more retards in class. You know, how annoying would that be? Smother him. I actually had a weird experience. You know, retarded people are cool, man. I was in an emergency row on a plane, flying emergency row, and sitting by the exit window on the other side was a man with Down syndrome. And he's not supposed to be in that seat. That really is a safety hazard when you're flying. So I'm trying to get the flight attendant to move him, and I'm being very nice. I'm just kind of like... I'm being very low-key. I'm not standing up. Retard! And she did very quietly move him. And, you know, that's all I wanted. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just didn't want to be in the middle of the flight and have him yank that handle hoping candy comes out and blow the door off the plane. We all get sucked out except for him because his head gets stuck. I've gotten a lot of letters written about that bit. And I was thoroughly disappointed and disgusted.
I want to talk about your movies quick. The only few opportunities we got to see that torso on the screen.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's very rare.
But I love the titles of some of these. Well, White Chicks Incorporated says you played a complete ass. I always look for the title of the name of the person you played. But what is The Gynecologist?
The Gynecologist, I did with a guy named Adam Dubin. He directed 3 comedy shorts. One was with Otto and George called American Dummy. One with me and Louis Black play vaudeville comedians called Side Splitters. And then this one, which is The Gynecologist, is a guy named Pete Correale, Greg Fitzsimmons, just play gynecologist. And I play some guy, Mr. Sheldrake, who's jerking off reading a Gertrude Stein novel waiting for a sex change operation. It's really a bizarre little 15-minute film.
And where would we see this film?
I sell them, actually. This is where I could be a plug whore. I actually sell them on a DVD. I have CDs on my stand-up, no DVDs. I sell them on a DVD off my website.
Now, what's your website again?
Eatabullet.com.
And you were actually in Spider-Man. Was that a speaking role?
Yeah, I had one line. I said, he stinks and I don't like him. It was like man on the street shit. They were asking people, what do you think of Spider-Man? What do you think of Spider-Man? Everybody's, trying to improv, and I just said that, and they hired me.
We're talking to Jim Norton. More and more, this was something I was talking to Patton Oswalt about, how him and David Cross are on regular television shows, if you want to call them regular.
Right.
But, network-level programs, and yet they go out and they get on stage and they're totally off the deep end. In the old days, the networks, if you follow me, wouldn't allow someone that outrageous and that controversial to be on a network show. It seems like a lot of comics are given the opportunity to live two lives now. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like, Patton I actually like. I don't know what he does on stage, and I've never seen Cross on stage, although I don't think he and I like each other that much. We did Tough Crowd once, and when I heard he hated my guts and he was really bad-mouthing me, which is fine. I probably did the same to him, so I don't know what he does on stage, but I don't know how dangerous he is on stage or off. But the networks, it seems like now, you can get away with a little bit more in your personal life.
Yeah.
But it just seems like, on the network, as far as what you can say on television, is still horrendously restricted.
Oh, yeah, but the figure is you could get the fame, the fortune, but then go out and do whatever the hell you want in the clubs.
Yeah, well, I think that networks understand they have so much competition, they can't afford to be so elitist and picky about your own personal life. As long as it's not affecting your ratings, they don't give a fuck.
Well, now that I brought that up, have you been approached or have you seen or had a chance to look at any pilots? And if so, what kind of a plot were they?
Oh, God, I haven't gone on an audition for a pilot in years. Last time I went on an audition for a pilot was some just revolting thing for UPN years ago, where they wanted me to play this fun guy, and the dialogue kind of indicated to me that this guy wanted to kick his wife down the steps. So I kind of played it like that. And they're like, "Could you have more fun with it?" I'm like, "I am having fun with it." They stop trying to make it bigger. They wonder why fucking cable is creeping up and creeping up. It's because network TV is just such fucking milquetoast drivel. That's why they have to be a little bit more lenient now in your personal life, because they have competition from cable.
Right. Well, what kind of who's the part you played, and what was the guy's name?
Oh, I don't remember. I just blocked it out like a childhood rape memory. It was awful.
By the way, you watch 6 Feet Under?
Never saw 6 Feet Under. I hear it's great, but I've never seen it.
Oh, you should. By the way, Patton Oswalt reminds me a lot of you. I mean, with all due respect. Really.
Does he really? I met him one time. We did Tough Crowd together. I've never seen his act, but I liked him a lot. He was actually a really nice dude. I despise people who are offended by humor. If you're offended by humor, feel free to roll around in barbed wire with Magic Johnson. I don't want to hear it. Get out. You know why, man? Because as a comedian, why should I have to worry about people being offended? Yet as an actor, you can play any role you want, and it's acceptable. Why should actors have that freedom? That's what annoys me. You do a retarded joke. Hey, man, that's not appropriate. Don't make fun of retarded people. You're very tasteless. Meanwhile, Tom Hanks runs around for 2.5 hours. I love you, Jenny. And he's a genius. Why does every actor have to play a retarded person? Tom Hanks did it, Juliette Lewis did it, Sean Penn did it, Keanu Reeves does it accidentally in every film. I don't know how that guy gets work. He has the emotional range of an autistic. He really does. He's handsome, that's how. He's really good looking, and that really is all that matters. It's looks. That's the only difference between me and him. We're both awful actors. He's handsome. I have a head like a condom tip. I overact. I really am awful. It's like, where you going, Bob? Sometimes I even panic and read the little directions in parentheses. Where you going, Bob? Looks at Bob. My management just sent me on an audition recently for Calvin Klein jeans. You ever walk into a room and immediately feel everyone in the room feels sorry for you? It was me and the 10 best-looking male models I have ever seen. You ever see guys so good-looking you want to bend them over and put it in? And it's not that you're gay, but you want to punish them for being so attractive? Yeah, you may have a great chin, but you won't sit for a week. I mean, there's no way I'm selling Calvin Klein jeans unless you photograph me in them and the caption reads, "If he can get laid in these, ... And I'm not being mean to myself. I'm a realist. I know what my place is in the business. Like I see a guy with a hat. I cannot wear baseball caps. I honestly can't do it because my head is in such an oddly dented, rotten shape. Give me a hat, I'll give it right back to you. You look fine in a hat. That's the way guys should look in a hat. This is why I want to drive a nail into the side of my fat little head. I'm a grown man, and that's how I look in a baseball cap. It stinks. I look like a 5-year-old after chemo. Oh, gee, can you hit a home run for me, Mr. Gehrig? I am not getting laid in a bar looking like this. Hey, baby, you want to go out? I'm from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I've been single for a little while. Being single sucks. If you have somebody, stay together. We had like one of those little stupid misunderstandings you have in a relationship. I was having erection difficulties. And we had different ideas as to the problem. She bought me Viagra. I bought her a treadmill. I'm all about compromise. I'll eat a few pills. Just get your fat ass on the machine. Nah, it was one of those little stupid things, man. Like, you ever have those dumb little misunderstandings? You know, I don't know. She was shallow, basically. That's what it was. I thought I knew her, and she was shallow. I was ready to ask her to marry me, and then all of a sudden, after 3 years, she wants to run out and find a guy that doesn't hit her. Like I told her to serve supper cold. And I don't get nervous on stage at all, but you get me one-on-one with a beautiful woman, I am pathetic. Like, you ever been on a date and it's going well, but you know you're going to ruin it because you suck? You're in the middle of dinner, she does something unexpected, like squeeze your hand, like an idiot, you go, and spill semen in your lap. Try to cover it up and say something clever. Ha ha, hope the cleaner can get out hepatitis. Not that I have it, that's just a sign of a good cleaner. I hate being with new people. You ever notice the first time you're naked in front of someone, you automatically just start explaining away all your physical atrocities? Like maybe if I say it casually, she won't vomit and leave. As soon as your shirt comes off, you're like, well, I used to do a lot of sit-ups, but it hurt my back. I don't know where these tits came from. Because I am abysmal naked. I'm pale, I have no body hair, little pink nipples. I look like a newborn orangutan. You ever look at yourself naked in a full-length mirror and you want to fall on a knife? I hate my little fat man tits. That's really sexy when you're fooling around with a girl. Oh, I know you're getting turned on because my udders are dangling in your face. I should be milked into a bucket and then raped with a bottle rocket. Little fat-titted nothing. I am being too easy on myself. You're right, sir. My self-esteem is good.
So what's in the future for Jim Norton?
Most important thing, obviously, Opie and Anthony. I mean, that for the last 2 years, a lot of good shit has happened. I mean, I've been on Tough Crowd for almost 2 years, and all this good stuff has happened, but it has always felt like there was something missing. I mean, that whole part of my career was the most fun I ever had fucking doing comedy, was doing Opie and Anthony. So that, to me, is the number one thing in my career coming back. And I'm not just saying that to plug it. I honestly cannot wait for that.
No, actually, here at XM, all the channels plug each other. I mean, one thing you got to get over right away when you come here, and I wish them the best of luck, is to forget about radio as you know it completely.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, look, a lot of the DJs are cool, but I mean, 18 minutes of commercial breaks? I mean, I'd rather play music in that time. We're gonna have to take time to take a shit. I mean, you can't just talk for 4 hours.
So I'm sure you could.
Yeah, you're right. I really am a yammering. I only got like 3 hours of sleep though, because my flight was 4.5 hours delayed because of the goddamn rain in Newark. So I'm really tired. I'm overtired. I'm drinking this shitty Caribou coffee.
Now that would be a great radio show. See, you could wrap your ass off. You have to take a shit, take the mic into the toilet,
just
take a shit while you're talking. You know.
I like that. I like the way you think. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely. We have a promo we run. It's a guy beating off in the John. That's one of our sweepers.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking the beauty of how nice that the FCC can't get their awful dick beaters all over satellite. It's great.
Well, I just hope Opie and Anthony don't go on and do a 3-hour fuck you show, but, you know.
No, they actually, you know, it's funny you say that, too, because Ope has been actually very concerned. Like, you want to curse a little bit in normal conversation, you know, all right, you know, be who you are. But it's like every other word, we're actually going to be very careful of that, simply because you want people listening to it. You don't want somebody having to turn your show off because they're at work or because they're here, because they're there.
Right,
you know?
Exactly. The subject matter is more important than the language. You know?
Absolutely, and there's certain content things that commercial radio was removing that they never should have removed. It's because they were buckling and panicking that they might offend one fat housewife somewhere. So all that stuff is the beauty of being on satellite. It's not even the fact that you can say fuck once in a while. It's the fact that your content is not going to be butchered by some panicking general manager or program director.
And you know now, for the first time, you'll be able to let the audience know if they're girls with fat asses, you'll eat their ass right after a bike ride.
Oh, I love that you remembered that. Because I really am into that. I mean, I like hygiene, but sometimes there's that weird body chemical.
Oh, don't tell me about this shit grease. I don't want to hear about that.
Oh, no, not shit grease. No, not shit grease. I love shit grease. Jesus, that made me happy that you just said that. It's funny. 1 minute ago, you're like, I hope it doesn't turn into the fuck you show, and then you're talking about shit grease.
Well, you know, it applies.
No, I don't want shit grease. Just maybe a little waft of tinkle, you know, get on the bike for a little while.
God. Well, nothing's going to be quite as strong as the interview we did with Doug Stanhope when he went into detail about how he used to go buy a piece of raw liver and go back to the hotel. So, you know, don't worry about it.
Oh, did he really?
Oh, man.
Oh, you got to respect that.
Oh, yeah. He talk about letting it all hang out. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, I like Doug. He was my roommate at the Vail Comedy Festival in '95 when I first met him.
Oh, that must have been fun.
He's a complete weirdo. He sleeps on the bed with all his possessions on the bed. That's the one thing I remember about living with Stanhope for a week, is that all of his fucking possessions are on the bed. It's like, what are you going to do, bundle him up in the comforter and run out the window, you fucking oddball? He really is a sociopath. But he's doing great now on the Man Show. He's doing really well.
Actually, they canceled that.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Boy,
well, now he's
like an ill-informed asshole.
Yeah, where have you been?
He's doing terrific. Well, he's got ball cancer and his show's off the air. Well, aside from those things.
No, actually, he took over for Snoop Dogg. He's the guy on the Girls Gone Wild now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, Christ. Well, the thing of it is, I fall asleep watching South Park every night. When I wake up in the morning, the same goddamn Girls Gone Wild infomercial for half an hour, and there's Doug sitting there. In fact, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. He said, it's boring. You see a couple of bare tits, and after a while, come on, honey.
Yeah, how much can you see? You're
right.
I could probably tolerate a lot of that, but I don't know if I'd want to do that. I didn't know they got canned, the Man Show. I had no idea.
Yeah, they never quite made the ratings that the old show did.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you replace two guys with two other guys. It's just difficult, man. People are just not going to want to take to it.
Well, not only that, but he tried to incorporate some of his stand-up on the show and, you know, talk about watered down. But
Yeah. It's very difficult. Because it's funny. I did NBC this week, and the standards, the guy who does the, like, standards and practices is a guy, and he was so cool about what you could say. And this is network, which is very rare. And then on Comedy Central, you know, you got some, like, 20-year-old chick fresh out of college. Well, you know, you shouldn't say that Mexicans are short. Keith Robinson taped a special for them this week, and they didn't want him to say that Mexicans were short. Like, you shut your face, bitch. And he did say it, of course, because, you know, Keith's a complete, you know, cop-hating psychopath, so he does what he wants on stage anyway. Right. But it's amazing how they worry about content and standards.
Yeah, well.
You just got away with a teabagging monkey joke on network television. I found that amusing.
You know, I could not believe they let me do that. And then in the next one, the red circle, did you notice how I did it right below the XM logo? Believe me, the kid knows how to plug. The red circle where I talk about hepatitis, I can't believe they let that go away, or me telling a girl she had the breath of an open grave, or you're dead. All that shit they let go through on network TV was fantastic.
Ballsy set, man.
Well, it was ballsy was them letting. I mean that's just my regular. That's even not dirty at all. It's just, you know, a little bit different than what the other guys are doing because they're worried about getting deals.
Well, you're listening to Jim Norton. Jim, thanks for taking the time.
Oh, thank you guys. It was fantastic.
And we will see you on the Opie and Anthony channel here on XM starting October.
Yeah, I think it's called High Voltage, and yeah, I cannot wait to get on XM, man. I really mean that.
Cool.
And I appreciate you taking the time to interview me.
All right, don't be so formal.
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck you.
After I'm talking about loads and urine, I'm going, hey, thank God. God bless. Get home safe. Godspeed.
Take care.
Disingenuous piece of shit I am. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, later. You know, and I really am a hypocritical little scumbag. I'm up here trashing Britney Spears. She's really stupid. What a dummy. I would still gladly lay back and let her shit in my mouth. Then hand her $1,000 and wipe my own cum off my stomach. I'm not trying to be dirty. That's the title of my autobiography. But you know who I really don't like? I sincerely hate Liz Taylor. Because Liz Taylor's hanging out with Michael Jackson just to keep her dirty old face in the paper so she looks relevant. And when she knows what he's guilty of, she knows what he did, and she still wants to be photographed arm in arm. And I'm tired of people defending her. Well, Liz Taylor was a pretty gal once. Yeah, in 1750 maybe. She stinks now. I hate that opportunistic fat bitch. I'd like to punch the side of her head and knock her cancer wig into a muddy puddle. You know who she looks like? You ever see Total Recall when Arnold's going through security? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you know who I really hate? Martha Stewart. The nerve of this woman. Congress is calling her and she won't go. Like Congress is going to just say, all right, forget it. She said no. They'll get her. What's that old law they use every once in a while? The if you don't testify, we'll throw you in jail, you snooty cunt, Act of 1850. I'd like to break into her perfectly manicured house and teabag her while barking out decorating tips. Let her smell my oniony bag while I tell her how awful her drapes look. Yeah, you heard me right. My balls smell like a Whopper. I'm a real tough guy. Who do I want to beat up? Liz Taylor and Martha Stewart. You notice I don't have any problems with Ving Rhames or Chuck Norris or... By the way, if you have like a little funny bumper sticker on your car and you think it's kind of amusing, take it off. No one's laughing on the highway. No one's enjoying it. You know, quick. Think about it. You've never laughed at a bumper sticker in your life. You might have come close once. No. They're always just a little too cute. 10% Italian, 90% bitch. Oh. I'd like to hang out with her all day just to hear what she says. Seems like quite a firecracker. I saw a really awful one. It said, I'm not as think as you drunk I am. I get it. That's only funny if it's on the back of a car that has just barreled through a red light and paralyzed a bicyclist. Then it's kind of ironically humorous. Hey, you think he'd have seen that coming? Or if it just ran into a fat Hollywood has-been and knocked her cancer wig into a muddy puddle. You ever see one so awful you want to attack the driver physically with a chainsaw? I don't know why I had to specify physically. It's hard to attack with a chainsaw spiritually or emotionally. I'm an ass. I saw a man driving a white minivan, and the bumper sticker said, I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every minute of it. Oh, that guy's a nut. Whoa, get out of his way. He snaps on that seatbelt. The madness must ensue. Hope he tints the windows of that party vehicle. 1 minute there's kids in the back. The next minute groceries and a soccer ball. Oh. I guess they were all out of bumper stickers that said, I drive a minivan, my wife is fat, put a bullet in my temple. I don't know who that man is, but I hope he died on Christmas morning. Yeah, you heard me right. I hope he was humming rum-pa-bum-bum, and he grabbed his chest and clumsily fell into the tree, knocking tinsel and balls and dreams all over the floor. And as he was falling, I hope he went to grab something, and it was Liz Taylor's cancer wig, and he yanked it off. Well, his stupid autistic children just looked at him eating sugar cookies.
This has been the program where comedians let down their hair and let us all hang out. Stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. Stand up, sit down. Stand up and sit down. Exclusively on XM Comedy, Channel 150. Executive producer, Sonny Fox.
XM Comedy. 150, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for a journey in sound.
It's the story of pop music in America. Quincy Jones.
You know it's going to be swinging.
From bebop to hip-hop. Coming up is segment 3, Q's Mixed Bag. Duke Ellington, Miles Davis, and the dramatic career changes Q makes in the 60s. Sunday, 7 p.m. East, 4 p.m. West on XM Live, Channel 200 and XM 70 Real Jazz.
Hey, crackers! This is Mike Birbiglia, and this is the Comedy Channel on the satellite. You guys have that, right?
XM Comedy Channel 150.
Life can change, because I feel change, in my life. Think of all the shit I've been through. The fact that I'm alive, that's a miracle. But all the shit you go through in your life, man. You think about you get grown and shit, and the people that you meet people and you fall in love and shit. That's really amazing. That you meet somebody completely different, you don't know a fucking thing about, and they were born on the earth, and then all of a sudden you guys meet, and you start talking, and you love each other. And you go away together. Sometimes you stay together. Me, no. I had to move on. Because marriage takes a certain kind of commitment that you got to make. Like, you can't fuck other women if you're going to be married. The wives don't go for that. I don't know. It doesn't seem fair to me. Because I like to fuck in the grocery store. Anyway, I just go see somebody. Excuse me, miss, the bread's soft. Can you lay here? No, I'm always polite. Excuse me, miss, could you come here? And I remember when I was 20, man, I used to could fuck all day. Quick, but all day, right? Excuse me. Thank you. Pardon me, miss. Now, I'm 42, man. All night, I fuck all night. No, I don't. I tell the truth. I talk all night. I mean, I got conversation now, Hey, 2 of these. I didn't know that. It just shit changed. I see 20-year-old dudes now, man. Them motherfuckers seem fast to me. They move so fast. Hey, moving around and shit. I'm just. Hello. Shit changed. I remember when I was 20, man. Me and my friends would see somebody 40. We'd look at each other, man, and go, "This is an old motherfucker." Right? Yeah, he smelled different too, don't he? Now, I remember when I could lay in my bed, when I was 20, I could lay in my bed in the morning, throw the covers back, I could piss from my bed to the bathroom. I didn't have to get up, I just lay there. Hey. Now I go to the bathroom, I got to hold the walls and shit. Right over the toilet bowl, too. Please, Pete, please. And I noticed, man, I'm 42. I like younger women. Not even younger women, girls. My daughter's 16 16, man, she bring home her friends sometime. I go, God damn! Look at the titties on that bitch! Only thing that saves them is they speak, right? I mean, hi, Mr. Pryor. Thank you, God. Shit changes when you get older, man. Like, when I was like 20, I used to could dance a little bit. I never was a great dancer. You know what I mean? Never could really get down. But I dance like this. See, I go out and dance. Motherfucker, don't be moving too much with me. I did. Get a few moves in myself. Some shit like that. But man, I was at a party. I saw